But you talked about, I think I watched one of your videos where you talked about having a stalker, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, because that's scary.
Okay, so it's crazy. In one of my matter of fact, I used to live in a city, and I remember one of my homies, Chart. I remember he said one time that somebody left a letter on his door and was like, "Do Chark and Ty live here?" At the time, they was roommates, and I was like, "That's weird."
Right.
So, that didn't really click in my head. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's something that he was saying. But he said in the message, he was like, it was somebody standing downstairs, because how his apartment was, if you look out the window, you can see the front of the complex. And they was like, yo, the guy is standing right there. But no, first he was standing right there. Then he put the letter on the door. That's what happened. I got that.
Okay.
And then like a week later, I remember I had got an Uber driver. Mind you, when I get an Uber drivers, 9 out of 10, like I try to keep it strict as possible. And he was like asking me questions like, oh, who you live with? And I'm like, shoot, I live with my brother, my uncle. Right. Like, I'm making it sound, where you going? I said, yeah, I'm going to my uncles and them houses, family reunion. I say, yeah, gang, all my brothers.
Yeah.
I put that in their head because don't ever think I'm alone or,
right.
So anything can happen. And I think it was like 3 days later, I remember Daryl, my cousin, took a picture with him at Chark apartment in the garage. And I remember
the Uber
driver. And I was like, wait. I said, who? I said, yo, that was my Uber driver. And I remember that following week, Chark came by and he was like, yo, this guy been stalking everybody's house, and then caught him at this house. Because, at the time, everybody was living in the same area.
Right.
And I seen him a couple of times outside my apartment. I was like, yo, that's like weird. And Chark was like, yeah, he been watching everybody. It was to the point where they had to tell the apartment building, like, if y'all see this guy, call somebody because he been watching everybody. And I was like, yo, this person was my Uber driver. So I guess he was scanning the area of where we all live and keeping tabs and putting letters. And I was like, that's not cool.
Was he like a fan of y'all's channels, or?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because he put a letter on Chark door and says it do Ty the guy and Chark live here. And it was weird. Yeah. Like, so I guess he come to find out he's watching everybody, homes. And I was just like, I gotta go. Like, I don't like that. Like me, I'm very private. Like, I don't like when people know where I live. Like,
I was about to say, how did he even figure out that y'all lived in that area? That's so scary.
Don't even know. If I knew, I could tell you, but I really
do you think it might have been y'all's YouTube videos, that you guys might show?
See, the problem is I don't play that. That I probably on their end, they probably got caught slipping a couple of times, but my end, don't record outside my apartment. Don't record the doorway. I don't like none of that. Only thing you probably will see that Max is inside of the,
Right.
But outside, taking pictures outside no. I don't play that. So I was confused how he even found me. Like,
it's so weird. It's like you have an Uber driver. The next week he's taking a picture with your cousin. You're like,
go. I'm like, hold on. And then on Chark door, he put in, do Ty the guy. I guess.
Oh my gosh. So I do know your cousin's DDG. Have y'all thought, you're doing music? You know what I mean? He does music. Have y'all thought about collabing on some songs, or do we got something coming soon?
Okay, so I have a lot of songs. Now, what's crazy? It was a thought to ask him. I haven't asked him yet, but I'm pretty sure if I was to ask him, I really think he wouldn't. I think he would do it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, if I asked him anything else, he'd be like, yeah, let's get it done. But
right.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I think I sent, no, don't get me wrong, I have sent him a lot of my music. He like, yo, this fire, like,
right. So
I
you can
would,
reach out to him for like feedback, but you've never been like, hey, hop on a track real quick.
yeah, I never,
Got it.
yeah. I never been like, cause we call him Moo. I never been like, Moo, like, I want you to hop on this. But I always like, yo, how you feel about this? Or he was like, oh, this fire. Or, don't get me wrong. They, it was an offer that they want me to come to Zooted, which is his YouTube, I think, music label thing. And I'm waiting on that response now because his manager told me like, yo, we talked about you a few times and we want to bring you on the board. And I'm like, shoot, bet, like, y'all want to get it done.
Yeah. So. Okay. Well, I'm gonna tune in. You gotta let us know if we get that exclusive when you drop a visual. And then
you'll be the first one I tell.
We need it. Okay.
The first one I tell.
Is it weird, like, having a cousin, like both of y'all are in the spotlight, both of y'all are known? Like, is that such a weird thing, or is it kind of like it is what it is now?
I think it's more it is what it is. Yeah, I feel like it is what it is because when I see him, I just look at the mood that I know from being at grandma's house. Yeah, like, it's not really
that's fam.
Yeah, like when I talk to other people are like, yo, ain't you DDG cousin? And I'm like, hey, and they're like, yo, how is it? I'm like, yo, he normal just like everybody else. Like,
right.
We grew up in the same household. Thanksgiving, he's there. Going out, he's there. Going to the mall, he's there. Like, it's just normal.
You're like, he ain't nobody special. That's
just like, girl, that's just my cousin. Like,
yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So let's talk about let's backtrack and talk a little bit about, you said that, you've dated different people, and so what's it like dating someone that is known, dating someone that, and we do need to clear up a couple things because some people you're rumored to have dated and some people you've actually dated. So I think, I want to clear that up real quick to just be like, and we'll go to the next.
Okay, cool.
So you tell me.
Wait, which part you want to start at?
I want to know who you actually dated so we can get into the details. Yeah, I need the tea, sis. Who did you actually date?
Okay, so oh my God.
You are blushing right now.
Oh my goodness. So, okay. Foremost, I want to start with I'm trying to think if I want to aim with the.
Let's do it from beginning to end. You know what I mean? Okay. We can do it in order. Let's do that.
Okay.
So, who did you date first?
Okay, so I feel like me and Flight had a serious thing going on that a lot of people, really knew but don't know. Like, me and him had a real, like, cool little situation.
So was it a relationship, a situationship? Y'all was just kicking?
Okay. I think at that time, I think it was more like a relationship. Like, I can say that was a relationship because we was like we was definitely in tune with each other, Right. No, we was definitely in tune with each other as far as like that. Yeah, I can say we dated. Second person, I can say a lot of people had this, with Chief Keef.
Right.
I feel like at that time we was not dating, but people don't know that we had something going on. But at the same time, it was like,
right.
I want to tell, but I don't want to tell because it's like some. But okay, yeah, I can say we dated. Yeah.
Okay.
That's out the bag. I can say we dated. Yeah.
I think people pretty much guessed that one anyway, so it's cool. You could just clear that one up.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of nervous because I never like took the time out to say these things on the internet, and it's just like.
No, please. It's
okay.
Yeah.
It's cool. YoungBoy, me and him never dated. I can say we was more like we had a good, like, cool, like, little friendship. Like,
okay.
But we had our times where, we seen each other and, it was a vibe, like, right. Studio time, we chilled and stuff like that.
So I gotta ask, we gotta just clear this one up.
Okay.
Did you pinch his child?
Did Diamond Nicole pinch NBA YoungBoy child? The question that I want to give to you guys, no, I did not. That situation never occurred. A lot of people don't know the story, but
let's talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it, sis.
Yeah,
go ahead and get it out and just tell the people, no, that never occurred. Don't get me wrong, you guys. Me and him have linked up, and his baby was around. But it was never a time where Diamond, was around his child alone, or, he leave 10 minutes and go get food and me and his child was alone. Don't get me wrong, you guys, a lot of people don't know that YoungBoy is a good person. He has a genuine heart. So when this assumption came about, like, I felt like me and him both know that did not happen. But also
it revealed itself on what, Clubhouse? Y'all had that conversation? Okay.
He asked me on Clubhouse, but I feel like the problem came in when everybody began to have this theory that it possibility had happened, and it didn't. So, at that time when I did link up with him, he hit me up like, yo, come over, whatever, we're gonna link up.
Right.
We was at the studio. And his son was there. Don't get me wrong, Casey is a nice, cute, handsome little boy.
Right.
And the whole time he enjoyed himself. Like, mind you, when he wanted something, he knew how to talk, or he knew how to, show emotion that he wants something. So when this thought came out, or this question came out, or this assumption came out.
But where did it come from though? Because did something happen that was similar to it?
Oh, when I tell you, no, I was okay. The cat's gonna get out the bed. I was told that one of his baby mamas told him that. I don't know what this baby mother have against me. It was also a thought that I was stalking her or following her and trying to, all these things. So when I'm starting to hear these things on the internet, I'm like, yo, who's stalking who? Don't get me wrong. I did see her at the airport. When I was going to Houston to go record for my music. I remember I was just sitting down. Like, I was like, because when I go to the airport, I always go hours ahead. And I'm chilling, minding my business. And an hour went by. And, as they, how they go and say, oh yeah, this row or section is the board. And I'm end up getting in line, and I look to my right, and I'm like, oh, that's Jania. And I'm like, okay, minding my business. I get on the plane. Cool. So mind you, I think this stalking situation has already occurred on the internet. So I think around that time when I seen her, I was like, oh, okay. And when we get off the plane, I'm waiting for my people to pick me up. And out of nowhere, she walked past me and I was like, hey, Jania. She was like, I was like, I told her, like, I ain't got no problem with you. And I asked her, she got a problem with me? She said no. And I was like, whatever they said on the internet is not true. And that was that. Now, after that situation, matter of fact, it didn't hit the internet. After the situation happened, I think like a month or two later, a assumption came about, oh, Diamond Nicole is stalking Jania. She found out her plane. And I was like, hold up, whoa. When did this, I'm confused. Like, I travel a lot. So one thing I can say, you're going to meet people regardless. You're going to see people. You can see your enemy, going to the bank or, driving, like you're going to run past people. I'm a well-known person. I'm pretty sure she's a busy girl as well. But the fact that theory came about, and I was just like, hold on, pause. I don't do that. Yeah. One thing about Diamond, I get work done and that's it. So if I'm moving, it's movement because of work related. So, I don't got time for that. We too grown for that. Who doing crazy stuff like that?
Have y'all ever, I mean, I know you saw each other in passing and then that kind of just spiraled into something else. So you probably were like, I'm just going to leave the whole situation alone. But have you ever thought about like having a sit down with her and just like like this, like a girl talk, like
I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind because me personally, I don't got no beef with her. Like, there's nothing to have beef about.
right,
So for me to sit there and talk to you, I have no problem doing that. Like, I don't got no problem with you. Like,
right,
what's it like? I want to know. Like, nobody cannot tell me. Nobody cannot say what I did. But I think, yeah, I think I did something. But it was before I had a platform. But that's just a no other topic. But nobody can really say, Diamond, you did this, or you made this person feel like this, or you had came for this person. It's the reason why she doesn't like you, or y'all had a friendship and this is what happened. Like, nobody can't ever say that about me.
right,
So I don't know what is the animosity, if that makes sense.
right. Yeah, I really hope. I'm gonna try to get y'all both on a platform together. I think we need to clear the air. It might not be today, it might not be next week, it might not be this year, but I think that y'all are both talented, beautiful women, and I feel
Don't
like
get me
this is
wrong, she's a
all.
beautiful girl. Like,
Yeah,
crazy. A lot of people don't know. Like, I speak highly of people that don't, mess with me. I love people's success. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, before I blew up, I knew who she was, but I respect that she did a lot of growth, because, sometimes you get put in situations and, you have to take time. Girl, I respect her growth. She matured. She's pretty, she doing her thing. But it's no hate. Like, I ain't got no
yeah.
beef, girl.
Yeah, and there's no reason to. It seems
There's
like it
no
was a
reason
misunderstanding anyway. So, yeah,
to.
I gotta ask because you just released something, not too long ago that you're going into another business venture. So let's talk about it. You have an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
What is it? Well, first of all, what made you get on it? Because you didn't join with everyone else at first. So what made you get on it now?
Honestly, I wanted to try something new. Also, don't get me wrong, it it's a good okay, so how can I say it? I wanted to try something new, but also don't get me wrong, there is exclusive content on there, but it ain't too bad exclusive. Like, it's exclusive, but it's not like, oh, you doing this with this person and you getting that. It ain't like that. It's just showing another side of me that, people that don't see.
Right.
Also, I think don't get me wrong, it's good when it comes to the money
I say you
situation.
trying to get to the bag, just say it, sis.
I,
It's
I, I
okay.
ain't got to I ain't got to the bag, babe. I ain't gonna hold you up since it's only been I think 3 or 4 days and I'm already past 10 to 14K.
You're
Just
lying.
I
Get out of here.
and I was just like when I was like, oh, this easy. When I seen like it's coming quick like that, I said, oh, okay. I'm gonna get to this bag.
Right. Period.
But
Okay.
it's fun. It's showing a different side. I feel like, don't get me wrong, I feel like it's just like Instagram. It's just you just pay for a subscription to get in.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it's not always, sexual things that's going on OnlyFans. There's so much things that you can do as far as workout, YouTube training. You can do classes, hair classes. Like, it's so much you can do instead of thinking that it's sexual
Okay.
on OnlyFans. But don't get me wrong, I got a little exclusive on there because
Yeah.
but it's
So
cool.
with you coming from a praying family, and a God-fearing family,
Mhm.
what has your family's response to you getting on OnlyFans been? Even if you give them that explanation or they like, I understand.
My mom, okay, when I told my mom, she was like, "That don't be on there showing no, nudity like that." She was like, "Don't play like that." She was like, "You can be in bathing suits and stuff, and but don't be don't."
Right. Mom was about to pull up on you.
And
Okay.
she was like, "Yeah, hold on, don't let me fly out there." But nah, she mind you, she has my account, so she see everything that's going on. So it
Okay.
ain't. She's cool with it. Like, she
Okay. I love
Mhm.
that relationship. I love, like, I want to talk a little bit about you and your mom's relationship because it seems like
I
it's
love
like,
her.
and you've talked about your mom a lot. I mean,
Yo, she wanted to come on here, and I was like, "Man, I don't know how we gonna do that," but She wanted to, and when I told her I was coming on here with you, but I love my mom. Like my mom is my biggest supporter. Like when I tell you her love is so unmatched, and I respect her so much off the strength of, because she taught me so much. Like I learned a lot of my knowledge from her, and I watch everything she do. As far as like my mom came from, we lived in Pontiac, and we was living in a 2-bedroom apartment. I remember, and this is how I gained my faith. I watched my mom, be on food stamps, getting checked by the government, being a foster parent, getting Social Security checks, to now my mom, living in a $500,000 house.
Period.
So I watched my mom growth, and and that's where I get a lot of my maturity from, because I remember a time, don't get me wrong, God gave me dreams and visions. And I remember one time my mom was like, no, actually I had a dream that my mom had 4 checks coming in the mail.
Okay.
And I went downstairs at the time I was living in Lancaster Village. This is in the hood. And I was like, Mom, I said, I had a dream that you got 4 checks, but you don't know where they came from. A week later, she got 4 checks and don't know where she don't even know where they came from. But the point that I'm trying to say, that God give you visions and dreams. So when you have them, listen to them. And then another thing, one thing I can say that I learned from my mom is, I remember a time where she didn't like the position that she was in as far as living situation. She was like, God, I can't do this no more. Like, and I didn't see my mom cry. I didn't see my mom say, I don't want to live this life no more, to the point where everything my mom touched is like, she's walking in such a strong authority now. And I'm so happy that I don't even got to really worry about my mom. So seeing her living in a 2-bedroom apartment off food stamps, and to now she in a $500,000 house doing her own business, I respect it, and I love that about her, because a lot of people, parents, don't get the chance to even, get to that age, to even get to that point, or see that, light. So I learned a lot of stuff from her, and she don't get me wrong, she put me in my place. She'd cut up on me so quick.
Yeah.
She'd be like, listen, I don't know who you've been around, or I don't know who you talking to, but don't forget I'm your mama.
Right.
I snap back quick.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, like, has she ever wanted to be like, nah, I'm about to go live or something on your page and get something correct or something, like, cause mamas be,
don't get me wrong, she yeah, I can say yes and no. Like it be times where she be like, Diamond, I don't want them to know who I am, don't post me. But also it be times where she'd be like, what she say? Now don't get me wrong, she had went live with me one time when I got into it with a girl that I used to be roommates with.
Okay.
She went live and she didn't go off, but she stated her point, like, I don't know who y'all playing with, like Diamond really get like that for real.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out. But
I love that. Your mama's like, I got back door whenever you need it. What's up?
Yes. Whenever you need me, I'm coming. That's her.
On your YouTube, you answered some Q&As recently. And I remember it was a quick soundbite from you, but someone asked you if you were a scammer, and you were like
that threw me off. Like when I seen that, I was like, what? Like I was like, have I ever scammed somebody? Don't get me wrong, like I'm a very honest person. I'm not gonna say I scammed somebody, but I remember a time when I did a promotion on my Instagram, and at that time I didn't know what it was about, and it was a person that was a scammer, and they was like, oh, if you want to make this certain amount of money, text this number, and people was hitting me like, yo, I got scammed. So I hit the person. I was like, yo, you scam my people. Right. Like, people thinking like that's me, and it's not me, and I'm doing a promotion. And no, so it was a time where he wanted a promotion again. I took his money. Because you think you're gonna do that to them. Let me show you how I feel to do that to them. And now you about to get.
Oh, so you did it back to the scammer.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm like, you want to play that
street justice? I feel you.
Yeah, like don't do that. And I have sent people their money back off the strength of because they did that, because that was wrong. you know, and then you using my face to promote, and then you doing backdoor stuff. Like, you can't be doing that.
And I was gonna ask that, like, have you had any experiences with like fake pages, and like, how do you deal with it?
Girl, don't get me wrong. I was dealing with a guy, and girls do that. I ain't gonna hold you up. I was dealing with somebody at one point, and some girl DM me on some weird stuff like, "Oh, you think you mess with such," and I was like, "Huh?" Like, nobody knows we mess with each other. So the fact that you saying something like this is like very weird,
Right.
you know, with somebody on the internet that I was, you know, dealing with, that was a known artist. And the person ended up reading me my own messages. So when that occurred, I'm like, hold up. This somebody that been around.
Right.
This somebody that really been around, and they playing on my phone. But also, far as fans, yes, they do that all the time, girl. Send crazy stuff. Recently, I just read some DM. Somebody told me they wish I'd roll over and die in my sleep. I said, God.
Oh, wow.
I said, very harsh. Like, why would you want that? Like,
well, how does that feel when people forget you're human? People forget you have feelings. People forget that you have a normal life and you just happen to have this notoriety.
Now, before I used to feel some type of way. Now I just look at it and like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's how I am now. Now I'm like, oh, okay. But before, I used to be like, damn, like, they want me to die. Like, what if I, you know, I began to go in my thoughts, like, what if
I actually would have did it? Yeah.
Like, why would you, you know?
Right.
Now, I'm happy that I grew from that mindset, that I don't, you know, in tune with people, you know, negativity. So when I do see it, I'm like, man, miss me with that bull crap. Next DM. Yeah. Then I see the next DM, girl, you're so pretty. Oh my goodness. I look up, and it uplifts me. Like, don't get me wrong. When I take pictures, I get like I love the feeling of the love that I get. Yeah. When I take pictures, because it shows me that people actually like look up to me, care about me, love how I style, love how I dress and how I put my hair and how I do things. And it feels good to feel that, you know, people is actually looking up to you.